At least 18 people have been killed when the city of Chernihiv was hit by Russian missiles. The attack comes as Ukraine awaits new military aid from the US. It's expected that Congress is going to vote on it this weekend. Well, our military analyst Sean Bell joins us now for more. Sean, afternoon to you. So what do we know about this attack on Chernihiv?
Yeah, good afternoon, Kamali. I mean, we've been distracted for some days with all the missile barrage across from Iran. But the war in Ukraine has rumbled on, and literally overnight last night, another wave of Russian attacks, or missile attacks, this time on Chernihiv, as we're seeing here. 3 missiles got through, 18 people killed, 78 injured. That's what we've got so far. As a 6-storey block of residential building was levelled, as we can see here. When you look at that sort of damage, it's very likely there's going to be more people discovered there. Now, President Zelensky has made clear the shortage of air defence weapons is leading to some of these missiles getting through. He highlighted the fact that last week, huge Russian barrage against the energy infrastructure. One of the nights, 11 missiles. They managed to shoot down 7, but 4 got through, and that's what caused the damage. Interesting that Chernihiv, up to the north there, that this was previously partially occupied back in 2022 when Russia did its first attack to try and take on Kyiv, if you recall. Now, what seems to be happening at the moment is it seems to be just part of the Russian onslaught. They know that Ukraine's are short of weapons, so they're deluging the systems. The worry will be for Ukraine that potentially this is part of another push towards Kyiv. But meanwhile, in the Donbass, again, the Russians are on the front foot.
Right, and this is all happening as there's a EU leaders meeting in Brussels. Is there a risk that what's happening in the Middle East could distract from this?
Yeah, absolutely, Kamali. The EU meeting at Brussels has got a packed agenda, and one of the things they'll be looking at is after the 331 missiles that were flown from Iran and to attack Israel, they'll be trying to look at ways they can impose more sanctions on Iran to try to limit the potential for Israel to feel it has to do military action at all. President Zelensky, though, joined the EU meeting from a video conference call, said there was an urgent need for more air defence missiles. He highlights the fact that the fighting is now in springtime, is starting to get going again. Although the EU has provided a lot of money, it's actually weapons that they need urgently. One interesting point he made, though, he challenged the EU because he said it was a great show of unity that actually the EU was able to actually coalesce behind Israel, a non-NATO country, to protect it from Iran. And all he was doing was saying perhaps we could get that same unity of effort to protect Ukraine, a non-NATO country, from attack by Russia.
And talk to us about what we can expect, do you think, this weekend then from the US Congress going to finally pass that bill? It has been months and months in the making.
It has been a long time, yes. We're seeing the House Speaker, Mike Johnson here. It's been some time. The USA, this $60 billion of aid has been blocked. Apparently 480 days it's been blocked, waiting to get through. Now, something's changed. Sky's reporter Mark Stone broke this story earlier, but it does look like I'd like to get some sort of vote by the weekend that potentially might release this. Now, the West long anticipated that a change of administration at the end of the year for presidential election might change support for Ukraine. It hadn't anticipated it would happen this early, and that's meant things like the Patriot missile system, which is in urgent need by Ukraine, has not been provided. Now, the trouble is with this urgent need, the only nation on earth that has the weapons stockpiles available is America. And so the real question is, when the bill is passed, hopefully in the next 48 hours or so, the question is how quickly can you get these weapons into Israel where they're so desperately needed? But I think part of the issue as well was that even with the US's massive stockpile of weapons, the US has been providing air defence weapons to Israel. It's already been providing them to Ukraine. How many spares does it have, and how quickly can you get them in? I think there'll be a few more twists in this tale before Ukraine gets the full benefit of that $60 billion of aid.
All right, Sean, I do appreciate your analysis as always. Thank you very much for that.